Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of the Velvetcast.
Yay, hi.
Hello.
We're in episode 3. Which one should...
Oh, cool.
I don't... You know what the funny part is? I have no idea what to call these episodes when we upload them. Like, I have, genuinely no idea. So, the last one, I can't even remember what it was called, but, I remember struggling for half a second there to be like, oh, man. I have no idea what to call these things. Anyways, guys, welcome to episode 3. Today is this very special day in the Velvet Room, in the Velvetcast, because...
It's Mitchell's birthday!
That's not...
Yeah!
No, stop it, guys!
It's Mitchell's birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Mitchell!
I hate this so much.
Yay!
You know what I like to imagine? It's like one of those, it's like Bloody Mary. You say her name 3 times and, she'll pop up, but it's like if you say someone happy birthday 3 times, those awkward, people who work at a restaurant will come in through your, come into your room and make things just really awkward.
Come through your mirror.
Yeah. Happy birthday from all of us to you. And then you just have to, hide your face as everyone looks at you because, fuck.
And the cake isn't even that good.
Yeah, the cake is kind of shitty. So, it's not even worth it. Not even worth the public humiliation. Anyways, guys, welcome to episode 3. So in today's episode of the Velvetcast, we have a lot going on. Steven Universe did its first week.
Yes.
Wow, man.
We had Ana Amari finally drop on the console version for Overwatch.
Yeah.
We had just some good shit. Good shit happened.
Good shit.
But before we get into any of that, let's go over the weeks real quick. And when I say real quick, this will probably take up most of the podcast.
Just, yeah.
All right.
That's
Story time.
That's the tendencies here. So I'll start things off, I guess. So my week was pretty good. It was a lot of anticipation for my birthday, I guess.
Yeah, dude.
So Sora, there's a lot in my week, so I'm gonna apologize right now.
Dude, please take your time.
The first thing is, so at some point during the week, a friend of the channel, Rhyme, and I got slammed, hardcore slammered.
Slamma-jammered.
And watched all of Space Patrol Luluco.
Oh, wow.
While just completely smashed.
Nice.
Kids, don't drink as I did. Just don't.
Please, children, please.
Kids, don't do that shit.
All you under 10-year-olds.
Yeah, all of our viewers under the age of 21. If you can, just don't do it. Just don't drink.
Don't be Mitchell.
Don't do that. It was
Moderation is key. Moderation is key.
Yeah, there you go. Be like Andre.
Not under 21.
So
We can't promote that.
Oh, what? That's
yeah. Shit.
Whatever.
Unless you live in Japan and it's 20, or unless you live in
anywhere but
England.
the States.
Jesus.
Okay, backtracking hardcore. Don't drink, guys. Just don't. So anyways, Space Patrol Luluco though, right?
Yeah.
That was... Even when I was drunk, I could still tell what was going on.
Oh, good.
That's how you know it's a Studio Trigger anime. We made a drinking game out of it. Anytime anything cliche would happen, we would just start drinking.
Oh, that's why you got so drunk.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly why I got so drunk so fast.
Was it good animation, or was it Ninja Slayer?
It was like Takeshi came out of his grave and was like, "Oh no, oh no."
Is that bad?
Yeah, it's like it's funny. It's Ninja Slayer, but it's also not. It's almost like it's panty and stocking level.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Panty
bad
and
in the
Stocking is
best
pretty
possible
cool.
way.
Yeah,
Aren't these mini things too? They're a few minutes.
They're about 10 minutes a piece or so.
Oh.
So we watched the whole thing, and shit. Overall, it was pretty fun. It's a fun little ride. It's cute. That's what it boils down to. Luluco is one of those things where you can honestly just sit down, marathon the whole thing. It's an incredibly cute little show, and yeah. I mean, did you get a chance to check it out there, Sora?
I've only checked out the first 3 episodes. I've been meaning to get back to it because I don't know. It seems like, I don't know, just some a nice palate cleanser. After a long day at work, you can just watch an episode and just it's almost like detox of sorts because it's so wacky.
Oh yeah,
I just love Trigger,
funny.
and it seems like it's very self-referential. So.
Oh, dude, it gets there sometimes with some of the references to other Trigger or Gainax work.
Yeah.
It's pretty like solid, and it's pretty funny overall just because of how like ridiculous and out there it gets. And honestly, I wouldn't say it's not gonna be like Kill la Kill where you're gonna see like a bunch of cosplayers of Luluco at a con, but you will see like one or two. At the very least, I honestly believe that. And that's always going to be a nice thing. Besides Luluco, so I don't want to spoil anything because, you both can check it out on your own or whatever. I watched all of Stranger Things.
Oh, holy shit! Yes, dude, that's awesome. Wow. Okay. Confession.
Did you
time.
also watch all of it?
I'm halfway through. I'm on episode 5. So
that is a pretty solid watch.
Yeah. Okay. So you enjoyed it.
It's me. I love that good old 80s aesthetic. And it's very much it's a very well built show. There are some times where some of the characters will do things where I'm like, wow, that I don't see where the step in logic was there.
Yeah.
But okay, I feel like it could just be because it's like I'm sure the writer had the idea. But like it just for some reason just didn't translate well. The show's incredibly solid. I can see if they decided to do a season 2 where they could go. But I would kind of hope they wouldn't do a season 2 for a show like this, and you'll see why when you get to the end.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually wondering about like what the plan would be for a season 2 because this seems so far 4 episodes in, it seems like a pretty self-contained story. Like I don't really see how they could, barring like a really annoying ass cliffhanger for the first season, how they could continue on. And I don't want to know. I don't say anything about the ending, I guess. But like.
Oh, absolutely. For those of you who don't know at home, Stranger Things is on Netflix. It's a small show about an 8-episode show about a boy who goes missing in, I think, like Idaho or something like that.
It's in the middle of nowhere, America,
Yeah, and it's a lot of throwbacks to the 80s. It takes place in 83, and it's actually it's a very enjoyable watch. If you enjoy things like how Sora said last week, if you enjoyed things like Super 8.
I would say Super 8, like the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Twilight Zone, and just kind of like 80s, like just like the monster movies of the 80s too.
Yes, monster movies from the 80s, perfect. Yeah. Something that I find really striking is that it's like, maybe it's just because I've been watching a shitload of anime lately, and this is a nice change of pace, but it feels like it has like that slice of 80s Americana down to a T, if that makes any sense. Like it's very American in its identity, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. It's actually kind of refreshing, especially after watching some of the other things I watched this week.
Yeah.
And like I will come back to it next week, and I'm hoping that we'll talk about how you feel about the finished result, because I think that is I'm genuinely curious about how you would interpret the ending to that.
Okay. Yeah. I'll get through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
I also, as of yesterday, Strider came over to do some birthday stuff, meaning we went to Steak and Shake and
Nice.
binged a series, and that series was Voltron. We finished the first season. That is really solid. Like, once again, I know I talked a little bit about last week. If you guys haven't checked out Voltron, Studio Mir, who did Legend of Korra, did Avatar, it is incredibly solid. One of the characters is Pidge. It's so good. It's just such a good character. Pidge, Hunk, Shiro, like all those characters are just really solid and strong. I really genuinely like the world they're building. Especially, it's good because I had no interest in Voltron before, and all of a sudden I'm like, at San Diego Comic-Con earlier this week, they were like, guess what, guys? Season 2 comes out in December or something. Like, by the end of this year, you're gonna get Season 2. And I hadn't finished it at that point, so I'm like, well, what happens at the end of Season 1? And it happens. The thing that happens at the end of Season 1 happens, and it's just like, oh, That's how, what? Like we said, they were like, there's not another episode? No. Fuck. And like, all these really cool reveals happen, all this really cool stuff happens near the very end, and it blew our minds. We literally, like, screamed at the screen for a second, because, like, all of a sudden, one character who we thought couldn't do anything became super powerful God King. And now we have to fight super powerful God King. Like, it is so real, and I love it. I'm so in love with this Voltron. I'm so in love with these characters. I love Pidge so much. Pidge is such a stupid dork. There's a moment where a character, like, they run into, like, space junkers, and one of the characters, Lance, is kind of like a womanizer a little bit. Like, you know, like, not a successful one, but, you know, he's really into women and stuff, so he sees this hot alien, and he's like, yeah. And then they cut over to Pidge, and Pidge is staring at a cute robot, and he's freaking out now. And I'm like, yeah, Pidge, do it.
Go get a Pidge.
Go get the robot, Pidge.
Go get that robot.
It's so good. Pidge is so great. I love Pidge so much, because it's like, oh my god, you're just really into robots, aren't you? You're Peridot, aren't you? You're green. You're into tiny robots. You're like, it's
now
like,
you're speaking my language.
Oh my god.
That's what it is. Pidge is Peridot, but Pidge is like I guess that's my type, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. Oops. Anyways, so I just really like Gang Ludo. I know that you kind of were like, you literally had no interest in it, but like, honestly, like, if like, we should sit down.
Solid recommendation.
I need to get on it.
I normally don't like go this far on it, but it's like, honestly, I wasn't a believer and at the idea that this was going to be a good thing, and now that I'm into it, like, and I finally finished it, so now I can finally give a full recommendation. Like, Gang Ludo, we will take some time and actually check this out. It's that good to me. Like, forget JoJo for a minute. Let's watch this.
Don't forget about JoJo.
No, we're not going to forget about JoJo, because JoJo started its new arc.
Yeah, that's right.
This week, and that's a great way to transition, actually.
Instead of forgetting about JoJo, we're going to talk about it for 30 more minutes.
No,
Pretty much.
So, Sora, did you watch the new episode?
I did.
This is the start of it all. This is the start. This is the actual start of part 4.
This is the big picture?
Yes. So, Remy and that character and everything that she handles and deals with, this is the actual start of part 4. Her problem and her, you know, everything that happens with her, is going to, she's the reason why part 4 moves ahead and why it happens and why it continues. Remy's also super cute and super cool.
Yeah, she's a cutie. I like her.
She's really cute, dude. Anyways, not to go too much into that, obviously, because as time goes on, again, we like, you know, what's gonna have to happen is we're just gonna have to spend a day. We just do everything. Like, get over here, like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We're just gonna go, go.
Okay, I'll take off work. Sounds nice, honestly.
Let's just catch up on everything. We're so far behind on everything.
I know. We can't have fun anymore.
So guys, we love you so much that we're working all the time. So there's that. There's JoJo, and then there's we're gonna talk a little bit about it a little later for Anna Amari, and how I'm handling her with the console release. Spoiler alert. Everyone wants to play Anna Amari, and I had to stop playing Overwatch.
You were surprised by this.
I wasn't surprised by it, but I didn't really, I would be in matches, and I feel like I'm doing a good job, and we'll just start losing because we have 4 Annas.
Yep.
And I'm trying to test the new Diva stuff, which, by the way,
oh yes,
so good.
It's so good, dude.
So good.
I love Diva.
Nerf this.
Oh.
So, and also finally seeing McCree's. I know people are saying his. Dude. I know people are saying his gun's too strong. I think it's just right.
Dude.
I think it's just right.
Ooh.
It's because beforehand he was kind of he was kind of useless. I'd see 1 or 2 out of Novelty and the High Noons, but now he's fine. I feel like this is the version of him that I've been wanting to see.
I think his change is in the right direction. You're right. He was way too useless before. But I don't know, dude. Like, well, I went to go try out the new McCree changes and stuff, and I was just destroying people, and it felt like the character was carrying me, if that makes sense. Like, I felt like I was
being possessed by the power of a cowboy.
Yes, I was, yeah, Matt Mercer was like elevating me to new levels because, just popping headshots and I don't know.
Maybe you're just good.
Maybe I'm just amazing. Yeah, I'm being too modest. No, I think he could use a nerf. I think he just a little nudge.
Yeah, I when I see him in Kree, all I can think to myself is like I wanted to live in the game where he was like destroying, like he just seems like super close range. Fan the Hammer should kill enemies. That's the way it should be. Yeah. Like I hate the idea of like Fan the Blade like shooting all 6 shots and then not killing something. Like,
sure.
You just unloaded the whole thing.
Oh my! Then no. I think Fan the Hammer's in the right place right now. My problem with him is that his left click, his main fire, like his just regular fire, is so strong, like at range. I think they need to nerf his range on that, like the damage fall off. That's my problem.
I can see that a little bit.
Yeah. Because like I just kind of hang back. And I can outsnipe snipers. I can just, kill a Widow in 2 shots. I can kill Ana in 2 shots.
That is a giant problem, actually.
Yeah. I mean, again, it might be a difference of environments just because, like, console versus PC and everything. But McCree is very popular, and he's very strong right now, I feel like.
So the point of me saying I haven't really been in Overwatch this last weekend is I picked something else up from Blizzard this weekend.
Right.
I picked up Hearthstone.
Boy.
The mobile card game.
Wait, so that's interesting. So you're playing it on your phone?
Oh god, no. My phone is ancient. I'm playing it on my laptop.
Oh, okay. You said mobile, so I just didn't know if you'd downloaded an app or something.
Yeah, not super.
No, I'm actually picking up a new phone in a couple weeks so I can play Pokemon Go and Hearthstone.
There you go.
So. Mitchell, we're gonna have so much fun walking the hell around your neighborhood and getting Pokies.
Is there a lot of good Pokemon around where you guys live?
No.
No. So I've been playing Hearthstone, and it is scratching that itch that I've had. It is scratching the itch for strategy games, for like thinking like what are you laughing at?
That expression. I'm sorry.
It's an expression.
I know.
So I've had this itch for like strategy games, for like card games and stuff, and a big problem with card games most of the time is that like you can't really play it. There's no way to play it like in a nice balanced way. There's always like the meta, and you have to spend hundreds of dollars, and you have to like pay attention. Like any cards that you buy can immediately go down the tube when new ban lists pop up. I'm talking about you, Yu-Gi-Oh! You genuine piece of shit. I can't believe I devoted so many years of my life to that. Like, that was bullshit. It's true. I've played long enough. I'd played the whole game. I know what it's like. I hate the fact that I spent so much money in that game that I did. And Magic is no better. The meta in that is even more expensive. And the sets switch out regularly. So picking up Hearthstone was just super fun because it kind of mixes everything I really like, where it's like, yes, thematically you'll have a hero, and that hero can essentially they have their own cards that you can use, and they have their own abilities, and you support them with minion monsters that can be in general or class specific. So you start off the game as a mage, and you work your way, and once you finally beat the tutorial, you can start fighting like one of the other 8 heroes, and once you beat that hero, you unlock that hero. And then I unlocked Rogue first thing because rogues are cool, and that's my main card now. That's my main.
Well, really, your main is a rogue, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of direct damage and eliminating cards and
just like nixing cards from the board and stuff like that.
It just feels good. Like it's a very direct way to do things.
Cool. Back when I played, and granted this was about like a year and a half, 2 years ago now ish. My best deck that I had was just a warrior. Like it was a warrior deck just designed to hit your face as fast as possible. It was the shittiest deck ever, but it got me to rank 15. So
jeez.
Yeah. I've been out of the loop for such a long time though. So like,
I want to fight you.
I have old ass cards that there's probably like 70,000 different ways to counter them now.
No, dude, that's the thing I love the most about it though, where it's like I haven't bought any of the booster packs or anything, and I'm still like I will be fighting against players online who clearly have gotten booster packs and have done all this stuff, and I'm still beating them.
Oh, nice.
Because the way the game works, it's all resource based. Like you can buy expensive cards, like you can buy card boosters and get like rare and expensive cards. But if you still know what you're doing and you understand like strategy and resource management, you're gonna do just fine. Like that's why I like this game so much right now, is because like I don't feel like I have to go out and buy a pack of cards to get better at the game. I can just use the resources I have and just naturally get packs by doing the same stuff I would do in Overwatch. So like, doing the cosmetic grind.
So they added that new mode where this is speaking for somebody who's outside the scene looking in, but didn't Blizzard put out a new mode where so before it was every single card, like every single new expansion that would just be added into the mix and you could build whatever deck you want. But now they just added in like a standard mode where like only like cards are in rotation. They essentially made it like Magic where cards are in rotation, so to speak.
I haven't run into anything like that quite yet.
Okay, all right.
Not to my knowledge.
Got it. Because I think a lot of the problem was that like with these new expansions there would be lots of power creep. So like there would be new cards that were just objectively better than the old cards, and then people felt obligated to buy more packs, which is like how most card games work. But still.
Absolutely, yeah. I haven't run into that problem so far. It could be that I'm just such a low level that I haven't run into it yet.
Okay.
But so far I haven't run, like, I've run into a couple decks where it's like, this is Cthulhu, and I play this card and it gives Cthulhu +2 when, somewhere, and I've run into like a couple decks like this, and I'm pretty sure this card is like the new expansion card, because I've run into like a bunch of them. And I still get by just fine, but I have lost a couple times because of that card. But, like, honestly, I guess, I don't want to drone on about this, because essentially what it boils down to is just me being like, card games are awesome, but you know what makes card games great? Not having to deal with a lot of that meta bullshit.
Yeah. I was going to say the pretty pictures.
Yeah, but no, that's not super real, because the art style is really, like, I'll have to show you like some of the hero portraits, because like cards are like super like cool. I feel like a big part of it's also the social aspect. The nicest thing about Hearthstone is you just get put randomly with different people, and the balancing in the game is like it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh where it's like all right, here everyone gets to laugh at me. I played a dedicated elemental hero deck, and I know that was probably the dumbest thing I've done, but like it was just something that was fun for me. And for anyone who doesn't know what that is, essentially it's like playing Genji all the time and not changing ever.
Hey guys, I really like Naruto.
like I feel like that's the only way to like really like emphasize the comparison. I played elemental heroes because I thought they looked cool, and I did everything in my power to make it like work, and I would win matches. God, I'd lose, but like I would win some pretty solid matches, and in my little community I had like I earned my respect. And I guess it just feels good, because when I'm put up against someone in Hearthstone, there's never like, oh god, he's playing a warlock. Warlocks are super good and I'm a rogue and I can't fight against him. It's like, no, I can still fight against him. I just gotta be like good about it. Like, just as long as you're putting on your best and they're putting on their best, it's gonna be a good time. And I've had some really super close matches in Hearthstone so far, and I'm just genuinely enjoying this experience. So
that's good. Yeah, you'll have to keep me posted on how you feel about it. I guess it was an inevitability. Like you get so into Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff that I feel like Hearthstone's kind of a perfect fit for you. It's a really solid collectible card game, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how you feel about it a few weeks on from now.
I hate this game.
That's not what I'm saying.
We'll have something
but...
to talk about next cast then.
I have Cthulhu in my deck now, Sora. I am the cheater now.
Next week you'll be like rank 3 or 4, and then like the week after you're like, fuck this game, I can't do this anymore.
I hate it so much.
So I'm pretty sure I've been going for a long time, so I'm gonna just cut my week now.
Oh, I mean, no worries.
No, I had a genuinely okay week. It was good. I got to see a lot of friends and stuff, and
that's good.
Working on the channel is always great. Also, for anyone who's curious, I really enjoyed Skyward Sword, and I cannot wait to play the next episode on the channel.
Oh, okay.
We haven't even gotten like to the main plot.
It was about an hour. The episode was about an hour long. I didn't catch the end of it, but like, where are you guys at right now?
Right before the wing ceremony.
Oh wow. Oh okay.
Yeah, it took us an hour to do stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Well, it's a tutorial. You're learning the game. That's fine.
Yeah, takes a while. It's all good. Okay, so I guess I should go with my week then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so Mitch already stole my thunder, but I watched some more Stranger Things halfway through that now, and now that you're done with it, I really need to I need to finish it before next week so we can talk about it, because goddamn, I love that show. Besides that, continuing on with Shin Sekai Yori, the rewatch right now. We're about, I want to say, like, I'm around like episode 18 out of 25 now, and it's like where shit gets really real. It just continues to get real. And never stops getting real. You thought it was all the way real, and then it just gets more real.
You thought it was real, but it was me. Real.
Yeah.
Even more real.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that show. Check it out, please. And let's see. Besides that, the second episode of Mob Psycho 100 came out last week. Mitch, did you check that show out at all yet?
I got really distracted with Stranger Things.
That's fine. No, I understand. Yeah. It's...
One at a time.
I honestly, that show is... for anyone who doesn't know, again, Mob Psycho 100 is a new anime out this season. It's based off of a manga that was made by the author of One Punch Man. So, lots of hype surrounding that. I'm getting kind of a weird reaction from a lot of people in that they're a little disappointed with it because it's not like One Punch Man, and I'm like,
they should have known that.
Yeah, like it's not called One Punch Man 2. Like I'm in it for the art style.
Two Punch Man.
Yeah, like one's name on the title gets me into the door. Like, but you have to take it in as its own thing. So I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's beautifully animated. It's done by Bones, and Bones is always known to like have their shit down. And I think they do a really good job with the fight choreography because it's really, they make a good, like the way Mob, who's the main character, the way he fights is he just holds up his hand and then like the ghost like just kind of explodes because he's so powerful, right? So
oh wow.
Yeah, like he just holds up his hand and then like it's almost like No Punch Man in that sense.
Man.
But, yeah, exactly. He's No Punch Man. And he always just has like a very standard face on, like not too excited or anything. But they do a really good job of like having like this sense of like making it look really exciting and super powerful. I don't know, just the art direction is awesome in that show, and it's also like genuinely funny. I really like it. Definitely excited to keep going on.
I can't wait to see the author's next work, where it's just like, I'm just too good at sex, just too good.
One Up Man. Oh.
Wow.
Like I want this trend of of this guy being like, I think the next series I'm gonna make is about a guy who's just too good at like drawing shit, just amazing. Like for some reason, like he just keeps emphasizing this OP like structure.
He's too good.
He's too drunk. My
God. Anyways, I've also been watching ReZero still, and it's really good. But wow, that show is like getting a little hard to watch for me, just because it's just all suffering now. It's all suffering. Like, not me personally. Like, it's still really good. It's good, but like just the shit that the characters are going through right now is just wow. It's rough. I still recommend the show. It's really good. definitely check it out. I know that Josh is kind of like force feeding you that show like down your throat, but whatever. It is. He likes it for a reason. It's really good. It is good. Yeah. And then what else? Oh, I finally got my friends together and we started playing Final Fantasy 14.
Oh God!
Amazing. Well, that ship is sure to sail.
Well, no. So why don't we explain what happened here?
Yeah.
Overwatch?
So Mitch has been playing Final Fantasy 14 for what, the past year or so?
Yeah,
right?
actually, yeah.
And it's like the first big MMO you've gotten into, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's awesome that you got into it. I played a lot of World of Warcraft back like when Burning Crusade, the first expansion, came out. Like that was when I was like in middle school though. So like it's been a really long time, and I've always been afraid to jump back into the MMO scene just because I have a really addictive personality when it comes to those games. Like I just never want to stop playing it. So and just like now, it actually did happen with Final Fantasy 14. I'm pretty into it now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I still have some issues with it, but I'm really looking forward to getting to the expansion content because I actually did buy Heaven's Ward this time. I made a dragon person. I forget what their name, Al Ra, whatever. Yeah, the people.
The Aura.
Oh yes, yeah, them. Yeah, and I'm going with a tank class this time. I've never tanked before. I've always been DPS or healing, so that's new. It's new and exciting. But I'm playing with 3 friends, and it's hard to get everybody together on the same time, just because we have different work schedules and shit.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say that's a real pain in the ass is that, and I took for granted with Blizzard, is that like Square needs to get their shit together with everything outside of the game, meaning like patches downloading, support, like client support and stuff like that. Because one of my friends like just flat out can't download the game because for some reason Final Fantasy 14 is extra sensitive to your security, like your antivirus and stuff like that. And you just kind of have to bend over backwards to get the game to flip and patch. And that's like really disappointing. Just because like the game itself is actually really solid, but everything around it is really not good. Like they needed to take care of that. And it's something I took for granted with Blizzard because Blizzard is like on their shit with that. Because like my friends and I had like this big conversation like, okay, we're gonna play an MMO, but what we're gonna do? Are we gonna play Final Fantasy or are we gonna play World of Warcraft? Right? Because the new expansion for World of Warcraft is dropping. I think next month. Like the new patch just hit and everything. But in the end, we went with Final Fantasy 14 because you were playing it at the time.
We'll get into that.
Yeah. And then B, also I think that it's probably a better leveling experience now because of what my friends wanted to do because they've never played an MMO before. At least a few of them haven't, and so they wanted the experience of like leveling from 1 to 60. To be like that's like a big part of the experience. Whereas nowadays with the new World of Warcraft expansions, their MO is to just give you a code to boost your character to the expansion ready level.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's because I think it's just because like all their efforts go into end game stuff now. So like a lot of that content, the like 1 through 80 content is like almost like 5 or 6 years old now since it's been refreshed. So yeah, it would be kind of lame if like we all got World of Warcraft and it was just like, and I'm like, okay, you type in your code and oh hey, you're level 90 now, cool. You still don't know anything about the game, you know what I mean? So that's why we went with Final Fantasy, just because it's a little like the early games content is still a little fresher. But I'm enjoying my experience so far. I still haven't decided if we're gonna keep going with the monthly thing, but we'll play through it for a month and see how it goes, I guess.
All right, this is the part where I have to put my cards on the table. So I played FF14 for a full year, and Oz Milstrom was my character. He was a machinist. I was level 60. I was doing endgame content. And I bought Overwatch. And I was like, well, after about 2 weeks of playing Overwatch and not touching FF14 once, I said, hey, I'm going to take a month off. And the month I decided to take off, you decided to get on.
Yep. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I mean, it's not even that big of a deal because, like, you would essentially have to roll a new character anyways to play with the content we're going through right now, And we can crawl through that on our own.
I was gonna say I could always like level sync down to you guys and.
You could. Still, I don't know. It's not a huge deal, but it would be awesome if you came back and.
I will. Just give me like a little longer. I want to play Hearthstone a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You need to drop 200 on Hearthstone first in packs and.
$200. No,
Hey,
I gotta
people
buy
do it.
more loot boxes.
Oh my god. I feel like buying loot boxes in Overwatch would like totally trivialize like leveling up at all at that point. That's what I have you how many did you buy? How many loot boxes did you buy?
2 last time I heard. Was it more than that, Mitchell?
I thought you bought 10.
What the fuck?
I bought myself a birthday present for myself
Mitchell.
a couple weeks back.
Well, happy birthday,
and,
as long as you're
and
happy.
I bought $40 worth of loot boxes.
You bought how many?
I bought $40 worth of loot boxes, which is 50 loot boxes.
Oh my god.
And that was just a small birthday present to myself. And
Nice.
that's how I got like the scavenger skins and everything. And the thing is, leveling up is still nice, but to be honest with you, I'm getting close to 100, and I'm actually kind of scared.
Why?
Because I'm gonna get a star.
Yeah, you get a big old star in your name.
And I don't know, there's something intimidating about getting, like, I feel like what it is FF14 all over again, where it's like, oh god, I'm gonna get to level 60. And I'm gonna have, like, at that point, all the missions I'm doing aren't worth the experience. Because I don't get experience anymore.
Right.
So, but I'm also waiting for Anna to leave for a bit.
Yeah, it's
Anna
unfortunate.
to
You guys, the consoles didn't have that kind of. A lot of people got Anna out of their systems with the PTR. That was so like when Anna actually hit on PC, it wasn't too crazy. Like I would see, it would be an Anna on every team, but it'd usually only be one Anna on each team, if that makes sense, rather than like 3 or 4.
Whole team of Anna.
Yeah. Well, if everybody's Anna, then it's fine, right? It's balanced. When everyone's super, nobody is.
Everyone's
you know what I mean?
healing and everyone's taking damage.
Right.
And also, all the fun, all the Annas, none the fun.
Yeah, no,
So.
it just reminds me of the age-old problem whenever like a new champion or a new hero comes out for Heroes of the Storm, and I used to almost buy them always day one. It would take like 10 minutes for me to find a game because everyone else would be playing the same hero, of course. So, yeah,
it's
just how it goes.
So
Your time will come. Anna, I'm already not really seeing Anna all that much because I think people are realizing that she's really hard to play.
I don't. You know who's good with her though?
What's that?
You know who's good with her? I've run a couple rounds with Strider as Anna, and like, she'll give me that boost for Diva, and we'll just start wrecking shit.
Yeah, dude, the Diva with the roids is so good. Oh my god, Diva's so good now. I've been wrecking shit with Diva. I love her so much.
I love her.
I'm against the concept of mains in Overwatch. You should always be willing to switch out to different heroes, but when in doubt, Diva's my girl now. She's just my default hero now because I can always get like at least 1 or 2 gold medals per game, and that's pretty good. You know, she's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's my week. Oh, I mean, this is a little side note, but did you guys catch any did you guys see the 2 Sonic game announcements they dropped yesterday?
I think I was busy living my life.
Fair enough.
I heard about him.
That's not at you. That's at Sonic.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. I'm right there with you. I usually shit on Sonic, and like I didn't know about the announcements until they already dropped. But I'm actually pretty intrigued with the way they
Sonic Sun, Sonic Moon.
Yes, man, Sonic. Yeah, they're going full Pokemon. No,
full Islander Sonic.
It was like a 25th anniversary Sonic event stream or whatever, where they were gonna announce the next plan, like the next year for Sonic, essentially. And it turns out they're doing 2 games. You should really check out the trailer for the first one's called Sonic Mania, and it's like the retro style Sonic game again. It's essentially like Sonic 4 if they didn't fuck up Sonic 4. If that makes sense. Like,
yes.
It's a really well made trailer. It hits all the right notes. You should check it out afterwards. Like, I actually am really excited for that game, and I did not think I was going to be excited for anything Sonic related, especially after like Sonic Boom came out. So
they're not continuing Sonic Boom.
No, it doesn't sound like it. Well, no, there's a new 3DS game. Oh, whatever.
No.
What about that classic cartoon series where there's no music?
Yeah. Oh my god.
What about that classic? What about that classic cartoon where I'm pretty sure they just glitch out sometimes.
Sonic Boom was
That's
a mistake.
just Sonic.
And so then the other game that they teased, it didn't show as anything too concrete. It was just like a CGI trailer for. It's just called Sonic 2017, I think, right now or something.
Oh, great, because that worked out last time we named it.
Right, that's not the final title, but they essentially confirmed that it's going to be a follow-up to Generations. Meaning, like, did you ever play Sonic Generations? Either of you two?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Okay. Generations is like it's just the main shtick is that there's two modes of play. There's two Sonics. There's the modern Sonic with the longer spikes, and then there's like the classic Sonic that looks like he did in the old Genesis days.
Yeah.
And so like each stage is like there was just a series of stages. It was just like a best hits for Sonic, you know. And then there would be like two different stages, one for classic Sonic, which it was 2D, and then one for modern Sonic, which was like 3D, you know, like moving around, stuff like that. It's probably the best 3D Sonic game, bar none. In my opinion, I would say, better than both the adventure games by a long shot. For me, at least, adventure does not hold up anymore. Anyways, but I digress. They essentially confirmed that they're doing a second one of those. So it's like, okay, finally, no more bullshit reboots, no more like weird ass Sonic Boom, no more Lost World. It's just, all right, we're gonna give you guys a Sonic ass Sonic game, and then a 3D Sonic ass Sonic game that you guys like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued. Okay.
The head of Sega walked on the stage and started crying. He was like, "What do we do to deserve this?"
We'll do what you're asking, okay? Just stop. Stop making fun of us.
No, it's like Sega goes to the principal, and like Nintendo and Sony have to go to the principal's office. What did you say to Sega, guys? We may have said his mascot was dumb.
You may have said that all the games are kind of stupid.
And then they pointed out how my games have all the glitches in it. I'm sorry, Sonic. It's gonna take a long time for me to ever
recover.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I'm like usually the last person to defend Sonic because I think most of his recent games have been really shitty. But
that's why we love Sonic.
Yeah, entertaining. He's horrible in the best way possible.
It feels like with every terrible Sonic game, there's almost always a story of troubled development and mismanagement from Sega's side. Like I don't want to put it all on Sega's side, but like you know even like most recently like with Sonic Boom, the reason that game was so shit was because it was running on CryEngine, and CryEngine was like designed for PS4, Xbox One. But then Sega was like, "Oh shit, we still have that contract with Nintendo to put out a Sonic game for like on a Nintendo system or every year. All right, guys, remember this game that you guys have been working on for a year for the Xbox, targeting Xbox One and PS4? Well, that's gonna be on Wii U now. Good luck with that." And that's pretty much why Sonic Boom runs like hot ass. You know what I mean? Because it's running on an engine that's not designed for the Wii U. I mean, like a similar situation happened with Sonic 06. It's just, I don't know. If they just fucking like, it just sounds like they're doing what they need to do to make Sonic not a joke anymore. And I'm cautiously optimistic. Oh. Anyways, that's my Sonic soapbox. I think I can step off now, and I can give Gang Mudo the chance to talk about her week.
Yeah, Gang, what happened during your week, yo?
I mean, not really much. I went to go see the newest horror movie came out earlier this weekend. It's called Lights Out. And I was like, oh, wow, geez, it looks pretty scary until I saw that it's PG-13. Which doesn't ever bode well. But I thought, I'll give it a try, and I went to go see it with my friend. And we get there, and the theater is packed with little high schooler, middle schooler kids who all seem to know each other. And it's a big theater. It's a really, really big theater. So we sit there and we go through all these terrible trailers, all the upcoming horror movies that come out like next month. And it's going to be a terrible horror movie when they only show the trailer the month before the movie comes out.
Right.
They just look really, really bad.
Will Smith's in that one coming up. I'm not sure how that's gonna do.
Which one?
Well,
Suicide
Squad.
Yeah, that'll be a terrible horror movie.
Yeah.
Something tells me.
I'm really scared to see that one.
Yeah, ooh, so scary, like Joker with knives. He's just so scared of them.
Jeez, I'm sorry, go on.
I'm sorry, what was I saying? This one I was willing to give a chance just because the trailer was so scary. Like, Lights Out is supposed to be something about, like, this entity can only be seen when the lights are out. Like, when you turn the lights on, it disappears. You turn the lights off, it starts doing whatever it was doing before, and like a bunch of different people can see it, so you're seeing the story of this thing from a bunch of different people's point of view. I think, I don't really know, but the trailers were so well done, and obviously because like James Wan is producing it, so that's probably the only reason why it seems like it'd be good, because I'm always wary of PG-13 horror movies. But we get there and the theater is just filled with all these chattering high schoolers, and about 5 minutes into the movie, like, something creepy happened. It was in the trailer, like, the lady turns on the light, or turns off the light, and you see the thing standing in the doorway, and she turns it back on, and then turns it back off. And she does it, like, a bunch of times, but the people in the theater were going crazy, like, freaking out. Just, they're all such idiots. I don't know, they were talking and yelling, and, like, nothing had even happened yet. So me and my friend, we looked at each other and we were like, let's get out of here. And we got our money back, because that's just not a good environment to watch a horror movie in. So, sorry I had nothing to tell about this week or about that movie.
Hey, no, there is something amazing that happened this week that all of us can talk about.
Mitchell's birthday!
No, not that!
Yeah!
Stop pushing the birthday.
Sorry. What can we talk about, Mitchell?
Steven Universe.
Oh,
the thing that genuinely
so
happened
good.
throughout the entire weekend. I'm like, I want to talk to someone about this, and I'm like, you know what? I need to back down. I need to back down hardcore and wait for the cast.
Right.
Right.
But honestly, that was all my week. Like, that one little almost horror movie, and then a bunch of Steven Universe. So
that sounds like a pretty good week to me.
Yeah, it was all right. Maybe next time I'll get to actually see the horror movie. So,
well,
I'll have more to talk about.
Well, I think it's time that who has a ton to talk about. Who was so hype for that Lars episode?
Oh Jesus!
I'm so glad we all feel the exact same way about that. But let's actually get into the Steven Universe talk. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Can we time out on this, or can we not?
Yeah, sure. Let's time out. You want to time out?
Yes.
Time.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a little bit of an interruption. As it turns out, Gang Mudo had to head out early to do some stuff. It's actually kind of late over here on the Velvet Room, so I don't blame her at all.
I'm too busy gabbing about JoJo and Overwatch.
Oh, I feel kind of bad now. But don't tell her that, guys. Don't let her know that I feel these Grinch feelings. So what's gonna happen is Sora and I will instead discuss what we thought about the universe talk, and I'm sorry that Gang Mudo can't be on with us this time, but she'll be with us next time, and I'm sure we can still go over it and stuff, and we'll just we'll just do a quicker version of it, and we'll have a whole other week of stuff to talk about.
Oh man, this is so weird having a Steven Universe episode every day. It's so good.
Okay,
it's amazing.
This is gonna I'm gonna go make sure I'm still recording. Okay, yes I am. Okay,
good. That's good to know.
So Sora, let's start things off with, we already did, actually this kind of worked out because we already did Steven Floats.
We did.
We talked about it, we did a full episode about Steven Floats.
Yeah.
So why don't we start the actual summer for me and you with Drop Beat Dad.
Right. So we find out it's a sour cream episode, and I'm always down for sour cream. I like sour cream a lot.
I actually was surprised with how much I like this episode.
Yeah. Oh, really? You weren't big on sour cream before?
It's not that I wasn't big on him. It was more like I was kind of neutral on him, but now I genuinely enjoy him a little bit more as a character.
Oh, good.
Because all the cool kids are genuinely cool. They're it's not artificially cool where it's it's just a status thing. No, these guys are super chill and and just genuinely good people.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It was Interesting that we found out that Yellowtail is Sour Cream's stepdad, not his biological dad.
Actually, I thought we already knew that.
Did we? Maybe I'm just. Oh, wait. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe when they went to Onion's house, they mentioned that. Oh, whoops. Well, whatever. Anyways, news to me. But anyways, we meet his biological dad, and it's freaking Greg's douchebag manager.
God.
Wow.
Fucking. Oh, what is it?
That's Marty.
Marty. Yeah. Morty.
Oh.
God.
Oh, Morty. Anyways, but yeah, it was a solid episode, I think. Just more character development with Sour Cream and Yellowtail, and I thought it was kind of endearing. It was, if anything, it was just a tad bit predictable because like you totally knew that Marty was gonna dick him over. And it was like, well, whatever. We'll see how like Sour Cream recovers from this, and it was kind of funny that like he channeled Yellowtail for a bit and just started spouting gibberish at his dad. I don't know. It was interesting.
The thing I found most entertaining about the episode was how Steven really takes a backseat in the episode for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But like, I love it when he's doing the roadie stuff and he's literally like lifting these incredibly heavy things, and it's like, Steven has super strength, and we just
that's true. They just kind of like casually drop that, like, oh yeah, like Steven can lift things real good now. I'm like, oh, okay.
And all of a sudden, there's this scene that makes 1,000 times more sense to me. It's when Peridot and Steven are going back to the kindergarten, all the way back last fall, and he's able to lift something up or at least remove something that Peridot can't do it. And all of a sudden, it makes 1,000 times more sense. Steven is just super strong.
Right.
He has the strength of a gem. Like,
which is cool.
That's crazy.
I think these recent episodes we've been seeing a lot of Steven's powers develop more frequently, and it's interesting to see like how that'll take shape. Because the show started out with like the premise of the first episode was, all right, how is Steven's power going to manifest? And when I first started watching the show, I figured that would have been a way bigger focus, and then it kind of got put on the back burner for a little bit. Not that that's a bad thing at all. Like, I definitely love the way the show turned out the way it did, but it's interesting that now we're getting back to, okay, Steven's powers are still developing. There's still a lot we don't know about him. You know what I mean? And it's interesting to see. And I love how like they didn't pause the show and be like, oh man, like Steven, you have super strength now. They just kind of casually drop it.
Yeah, and I think it's to a point where it's like not even like it's probably something that has never been really needed to be discussed before. So there's a very strong possibility that Steven has no idea, like, or he's like, oh yeah,
he just doesn't even notice.
Yeah, it's just something that he just casually has. It's not like flight or a shield that manifests itself in a way that would be abnormal to his everyday routine.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that's a good way of putting it. And overall, the episode is just guacola. Is just all I can imagine is like Monster energy drink.
What would be like the texture of that, the thickness of it? Like, it looks pretty gross coming out.
Let's not. I don't want to talk about guagu. Just goo.
Oh, and then now apparently Greg is filthy stinking rich now.
That is the coolest thing. Also, because of that's a great way to transition into the next episode. Mm-hmm. I love how they deal. There's so many times in cartoons and shows where a character gets stupid rich, doesn't know how to handle money all of a sudden, and loses it all by the end of the episode.
Right, that's what I was afraid what was going to happen. Like when like the show was like Mr. Greg, like, oh no, like Greg's going to let the money go to his head, and then like Steven will have to get him to snap out of it. Like no, like Greg is awesome. He he still wants to be Greg, like he still lives in his van. He still does car washes, and we're jumping ahead a little bit, but like like he still washes some douchebag's car in the Beach City Drift. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like it's. Mr. Greg. Well, first of all, Mr. Greg probably out of all the episodes this week, the number one episode for me. I can't. And the truth of the matter is it has the one.
It's a Pearl episode, dude. I can't.
Yeah, no, it's the Pearl episode, but also it's a musical episode.
Right.
And that's my biggest weakness right there. The whole episode's a giant musical, and to the point where it's like I learned two of the songs like within the first couple of days of its release because I loved it so much.
Oh my god, I've been watching It's Over, Isn't It, like, on repeat, and it's probably not good for my heart, but
I feel like I cannot express enough how, like, the whole episode, like, it makes so much sense when you think about it. Greg and Pearl are the two most musical characters on the show, in the sense that, guess what, Greg is a wannabe rock star, or, you know, he was a rock star, whatever, what have you. And Pearl is the one known for probably singing the most songs.
Yeah.
So it almost seems kind of perfect in a weird way, where it's like these two characters who, Steven was right, they do have a lot more in common than, you know, maybe they've realized or anything like that. And that's
for sure.
The first thing that came to my mind was like, yeah, these two characters are the musical characters.
Yeah, I am really glad that they finally brought that relationship to a point, like they drove that home, where it was like, all right, like, you can tell that, like, there's a lot of tension between these two for obvious reasons, and the show's kind of, I don't want to say danced around it, but to confront it like this was perfect. Oh man, it was awesome. It's so great the way the episode kind of flows, because you think it's just going to be like a happy-go-lucky musical episode where, like, Steve and Greg take on New York, you know, or I'm sorry, Empire City. And then, like, you know, they're singing their song and everything, and, like, it's gonna be Steve and Greg, and then Steve goes like, and Pearl, and then she has, like, little tiny, like, lights that, like, for her own little, like, name and strobe lights, and I'm like, oh no,
oh god.
Right, like, I knew at that point I was probably gonna cry.
I cannot express enough just the voice talent of the show.
Oh yes, yeah.
This is just one of those episodes where it's like This is one of those episodes where it's like there's a few episodes that every now and then throughout Steven Universe where I'm like, I really hope this is an episode that gets brought up, or an episode that wins some kind of award. And
yeah, this is definitely Emmy worthy for sure.
For this season so far, Mr. Greg's the episode where I'm like, this is the episode that I think this deserves an Emmy or something. Like, this deserves some kind of award, because besides the fact that the happy-go-lucky Mr. Greg tune is super fun and just great, and just the amount of effort and work that was put throughout the entire episode, It's Over, Isn't It, is hauntingly beautiful.
It's so good. I think one of this episode's biggest strengths is how self-contained it is. I feel like you could probably, I'm not saying you should do this, but you could probably show someone who hasn't seen an episode of Steven Universe, and they would be able to feel things about this episode. You don't need to know anything else. Like, it's just really well done. And
the song explains the exact, the music explains the exact problems.
Yeah. Obviously, it'd be huge spoilers, and I don't know if I would do that, but, like, maybe if I had to sell somebody on Steven Universe, I would show them this over maybe, you know, like
Jailbreak.
Yeah, maybe over that, you know what I mean? Because Jailbreak would just be a little confusing if you hadn't seen it.
The funny part is Jailbreak's how I got into Steven Universe.
Oh, really? Is that the first episode you saw?
It was an accident, but like it was the one that super piqued my interest, because I'm like, this voice sounds familiar. Oh, it's Estelle. I know her from one of the cool songs I have on my iPod.
Yeah.
And
that's funny.
Then everything just went like, it was weird. It was a weird experience from there, but
yeah. No, one of my friends accidentally watched the video episode, like where we first see Rose.
Sorry. I remember you bringing this up at some point. So
yeah.
I literally, Jesus.
Yeah.
But,
anyways, back to the episode at hand, though. Goddamn, that song, the It's Over, Isn't It, is just so goddamn cutting. Like, God. Whew.
Visually, that scene is just. Oh, it's my greatest weakness of all time. It's the tuxedo. I hate to admit it, but, like, oh my god.
Pearl pulled off that tuxedo pretty good.
Oh, dude. Like, it's so good, but,
And then right after the song, like when Greg, like, walks out, and, like, Pearl is like, oh, I shouldn't have come here, and Steven just goes like, no, this is exactly why I brought you here. I'm like, wow. Steven just knows what's up. Like, holy shit. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, let's bring Pearl too. This is a cognitive decision that Steven made to get these two to talk to each other and lay out their baggage, you know? It's surprising.
It's been real for the last couple years in the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure it has, yeah.
But something I just wanted to bring up as a joke that I thought was really funny. Tumblr was like, right after watching the episode, I went through my feed, and there's all these beautiful pictures that people drew in such a short period of time of Pearl in that scene, and one of them was just like, was like Pearl after singing incredibly loudly and delivering a heart-shattering note to the wind, looks at Greg and says, "Oh, I woke you up."
Right. Yeah, that was a little like, okay, come on, Pearl. Are you really that surprised? But
Pearl,
whatever.
Pearl, though.
That's just the nature of musicals, though. Like you kind of have to suspend your disbelief and that kind of thing, I guess. A little bit. But,
It's that throwaway line that Peridot said all the way back, back during one of the Barn episodes. That was like, there's a lot of crying, singing while crying, and it's like, oh right, I forgot about that.
Yeah. That being said, how do you feel about I've seen some people shipping Greg and Pearl like in a romantic way. Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, as someone who runs the shipping panel and kind of, I can understand where people would come from with that, mainly because I can see it. Do I personally ship it? I see them more as being like very
friends.
Close. Yeah, Like I can the most for me would be incredibly close friends because of their mutual love for Steven. And both of them working very well, trying to work their best to be good parents to Steven. And it's one of those things where it's like, romantically I can see it, but at the same time, and it's pretty much my own personal bias here, but it's because the Rose X Pearl and Rose X Greg is way too strong in my mind.
Yeah,
on both ends, because that's the beautiful part about this, is like this love triangle almost between these three characters. It's like Rose and Pearl is a great ship, but you know what else is a great ship? Greg and Rose, for completely different reasons, and that's what makes it such an interesting and fun shipping thing to get involved with. Romantically, though, on both ends, I could, like I said,
I could see it. I guess I don't know. I think I'm with you.
But I think I would need to see something else happen in terms of like, because I feel like what it is, if anything, it's a very strong mutual respect.
Yes, I think respect, to me, I see it as totally platonic. That's just me, though. I mean, I won't shit on you if you ship them hardcore or anything like that, but right now, I just don't see how they can make that work and be believable for me, at least.
Well, I'll tell you what. In a year after this cast, we will have I mean, let me put it this way. I'm one of the shippers that shipped or Lapidot before there's any proof or anything or any interactions. I was one of those people. So
speaking of, we should transition to the next episode, because while Labrador wasn't the focus of the next episode, Too Short to Ride,
my
right?
stupid green baby was.
Yeah, but it wasn't the focus, but they dropped a line in there that was pretty Lapidot heavy, I felt like, it was just randomly while Peridot was browsing on her iPad, and they had like that ad show up, like cute roommates, cute people looking for roommates in your area, and she's like, no thanks, I'm good, implying that she already has a cute roommate. I don't know, maybe I'm just looking too much into it as a biased Lapidot trash.
Welcome to the Lapidot ship hell. Welcome to shipper hell in general, where you're gonna be looking for tiny details like that all the time. Small throwaway lines, because that honestly is the best. Too Short to Ride, another super solid episode, honestly.
It is. It's cute. I love her little green baby. She's great.
She's so great. Yeah, oh my god. I feel like that's what's going on. I think that's why I like Voltron so much. It's not even that I like Voltron. I just love Pidge. And I love Pidge because I love Peridot.
Right.
And they both begin with P. Anyways. Too Short to Ride was definitely it was an episode that, unfortunately, it was one of those episodes that it's not leaked, but they were showing clips for it, beforehand, and it's one of those episodes where it's like, you saw, I love the fact that Peridot fell in love with a giant alien plushie.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cute to me, and
I mean, of course, she would slap an iPad to her wrist, just... Oh man!
Don't tell her. Anyways, can I just bring up something that I thought was really interesting with the episode?
Sure.
I just wanted to say real quick, one of the things that I thought was just really fun about the episode was the fact that Peridot can't do body manipulation like the other gems, and I love the fact that they're bringing there's a couple lines just in this episode that kind of tell you how the state of the gems are, and
Yeah,
also
again, like Peridot just casually dropping lore bombs everywhere, you know, like, oh shit, you know, she's a Gen 2 Peridot, like, what? There's gens? Like, we Pokemon now? Is that...
I'm a Johto gem. Like, one of the cool little things that was kind of dropped was the idea that, like, one, that they don't make gems like they used to. And when that line was kind of dropped, a lot of the Tumblr users kind of started rushing to the idea that, oh, now we know why Homeworld wants Jasper back. Because Jasper's Gen 1. They need that high quality warrior back. Like, gems are... I love the idea of how gems are being treated. I mean, I love it in the sense of, like, lore, where it's like, gems are people, but they're also resources. They are actual resources.
It's very odd. Like, how gems are created, I feel like that's, like, a pretty big question mark. Well, I mean, we know how amethysts and stuff were created, but I don't know. There's almost always like an implied kind of thing to me that like Amethyst was the exception and that she was artificially created. But it sounds like, I mean, Peridot was artificially created too. So, like,
gems are just grown.
Yeah, I guess, and it's really weird, you know. Like, it's interesting. I wonder how they'll explore it further. It's I don't know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All I was gonna say was just like it's little. This episode was like very just a good episode because of like all these tiny little drops, all these tiny little things that made the episode work out, and an otherwise pretty normal episode of Steven Universe. It's just the chance.
Yeah, just another fun episode, you know. Yeah, glad that Peridot got some metal bending powers, you know.
That happened, and I actually had to like look at the screen again because I was like, Is she a metal bender? Did she just like I couldn't believe it, and like I had to like I'm like, oh well, you also just ruined that tablet with magnets,
right?
I love, that was one of the only episodes I got to watch with Gang Muda. She was over to record Skyward Sword that day, and we kind of bailed on it for a little bit so we could go watch Steven, and we were just laughing like the entire time, especially near the end where she's blatantly cheating to win.
Right.
Like that was so good. It's so good. But also this really opens up kind of the idea of like, well, there's probably hidden talents for a lot of gems. Like, not necessarily saying that like all Paradox can do this, but it's like, it just took a life or death situation to get, you know, Peridot to metal bend.
Life or death with the iPad.
Well, her life or death.
Yeah. No, I got you.
It meant the world to her.
Yeah. I also thought it was a surprisingly mature moment for Amethyst, where I felt like I was assuming like when Peridot was just kind of shutting down and not talking to anybody, that like Amethyst would just get pissed off and be like, all right, like whatever, you know, fuck you, you know, not that many words, but instead she's like, no, like I know you're shutting down, but like you need to talk to us, like you can't just ignore this or whatever. Like it was surprisingly level-headed and mature for Amethyst, which is cool. That, hey, character development. I'm digging it.
Yeah, a lot of the gems. I mean, the gems are just like this week so far. The gems have come like a really long way.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Amethyst, like in season 1, would have reacted completely differently than how she would have reacted in Too Short to Ride.
Yeah.
And I think the episode right before that, Pearl has finally come, you know, to a good place, and even Perry, who we've only known for a little bit, discovered a new talent, and you know. Now, before we move on to the next episode, I gotta ask: do you know about the big thing at the end of this whole thing?
The big thing at the end of this whole
I'm sorry. The big kind of reveal at the end of the Steven Nuke, Summer of Steven.
Has
that been spoiled at all for you?
I've seen a leak of a pretty big revelation. I don't know if it's the same revelation we're talking about, and I also don't think we should even talk about it here.
No. I wasn't going to talk about it here. It's one of those things where it's like, I wanted to bring it up because it's like, if you guys aren't aware, you can find, like, there are some, I don't know how these are being leaked, or not even leaked, but like maybe they're clips that Cartoon Network is just giving away for future episodes. But really be careful out there, because one of the first things that happened when I went to Tumblr a couple weeks back, before the Summer of Steven even started, was I got super heavy spoiled on something that's supposed to happen at the end of the Summer of Steven. And I'm genuinely looking forward to it, but at the same time, I hate the fact that this is how Cartoon Network handles this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's weird. Just be aware of spoilers, I guess.
Just be careful out there.
Yeah.
And I guess that disappointment comes with the new Lars.
Oh, you thought this was a disappointment?
Not in the traditional sense. See, there's no bad episodes of Steven Universe. I personally believe that there's no bad episodes of Steven Universe.
Okay.
There's just so much love put into every episode, and even with this episode, there was a ton of good stuff that happened with it. I guess it's just I don't like Lars. So it's hard, but after watching this episode, I do have a bit of more of a kinder part of my heart. He's almost like a douchey version of you.
Yeah, yes. I think the reason why I'm okay with Lars / like him is that he's obviously like a huge dick, but it's because he's trying to be somebody that he's not. He's obviously trying to be cool, and hanging out with all the cool kids who are actually cool, and he's just faking it.
Maybe that's just it.
He's really relatable. I feel like, because I was there. I'm in some ways I still am there. Just trying to put on airs for people and trying to make yourself into something that you're not, and ending up putting other people off because of it. You know what I mean? He's obviously very self-conscious, and I just want him. I think he has some really big potential for some really amazing character moments that we haven't
absolutely, but
gotten to yet. But still,
I feel like what this is. It's just, I guess it's every time he's on screen, he looks like he wants to hurt Steven, and I just want to punch him in the face and protect him.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And
he's a dick. He's a total dick, but
I guess, but I also see where you're coming from. Where it's, I guess it's just more like when you hear the title, "The New Lars." When I heard that was going to be the episode for that night, I guess it was just kind of like, oh, I know that we need this episode, I guess. And Lars is cool, and you're right. I guess it's just the fact that he looked like he just looks like he wants to hurt Steven every time he sees him, and I just...
Yeah, no, I get you.
And I become an idiot, and I become defensive. So I'm willing to admit that I become incredibly biased, and I just want to protect Steven.
I think you're supposed to hate Lars, though. Even
Steven doesn't hate Lars.
Right.
But
I don't know. It was interesting though when Steven swapped bodies with, took over Lars's mind. I wonder where Lars was while Steven was controlling him. Was he dreaming because he wasn't in Steven's body?
Oh no, Steven has mastered the mind possession technique.
Right, yeah, where did Lars go? Was he just stuck in purgatory? Oh, whatever. But immediately everybody else started warming up to him because Steven was a total not dick, It was a little... it got real weird when he went over to Sadie's house, and I was like, Steven, what are you doing? This isn't cool, right?
I thought the way Sadie reacted to that was really...
It was perfect, I thought. It was really cool.
I was genuinely surprised, and in the best way, where it's oh, that makes sense.
Sadie would absolutely react like that. I'm real happy with her reaction. because it makes sense. And it's such a Steven thing to do. Like, his solution would be like, oh, like, I'll just tell him how I think Lars really feels and what I think Sadie wants to hear. Like, oh, like, I love you. And I'm like, oh, no, no. Yeah, and just, I think it was really, really well done. I really like Sadie as a character. I think the reason why I like Lars so much and why I see so much potential in him is that he has Sadie there as like a nice, I don't want to say foil, but
it's okay to say foil. It's okay to say foil.
But it's not foil per se. They're not total opposites, but it's just another point of character development for Lars. Like, Sadie is obviously a big part of his life, and he has to internalize that in a better way than he's doing right now. Again, I think Lars is really interesting as a character. I don't think I would be able to stand too many episodes of him in a row, but I'm glad that like he's just another character that we can check in on every now and again. And we'll see how Lars and Sadie go. Again, I'm happy to see Sadie again. It's been too long. Well, wait, no, she was in Steven Floats. What am I talking about? But still, like having Sadie in a more central focus. I'm happy to have her back.
Oh yeah,
because she's one of my favorites too.
I mean, I guess it's like as much as like as much as I'm just sitting here like, man, I don't really like Lars all that much. There is that moment where I have to come to the realization that's like, yeah, I don't really like him that much, but I do ship that ship for what it's worth. And like, and I do think they are good complements of each other. Like,
yeah,
and
it's just like a cute high school romance, that feels genuine. Are they in high school? Shit.
She works at Big Donut. His heart microscopic. She thinks that it's love, but to him, it's sex. God. Punk Rock 101, guys.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Oh, God. Wish I had my ukulele at that moment. Anyways,
well, anyways,
also,
nice solid episode.
Lars's parents are also super adorable, and it's almost like it's almost just Sadie and him.
Well, it totally makes sense that they would be totally chill and super reserved / nice, and I don't know. It would make sense that Lars would lash out like he does because of that. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
Yeah. But hey, let's talk about the episode that. I'm gonna put my cards on the table here. So, Beach City Drift was an episode I was not like out of all the episodes. This was not an episode I was expecting for the Summer Steven. And the reason why is because when I look at the new Lars and Too Short to Ride, Mr. Greg, Drop Beach City, those are all episodes I kind of expect. Beach City Drift went into a territory that I thought was really interesting.
How do you mean?
That conflict that Steven and Connie deal with.
The obsession with Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that I thought was kind of... It's different, I guess.
Yeah,
it's a very different subject material.
The whole Kevin thing is very, I don't want to say odd, it's really interesting, and I think it's well done, but it gets into some dark kind of connotations, because, I mean, like, well, let's think of what, like, when you first met Kevin, and that's when we first saw Stevani, and, like, she was at that dance, at that rave, and she was having a good time, and he was being, like, a real fucking creep, and they addressed that, but, like, I felt very uncomfortable with that and stuff, and usually, like, most shows kind of shy away from that kind of stuff, especially kids shows, but, like, especially, like, when you think of the implications and stuff,
that was the worst, and I think the thing that makes it, like, super strong is the fact that Kevin doesn't look like a monster. In fact, it's the opposite.
No, he looks normal. Well,
yeah.
Normal-ish, Yeah. It's just real... It was interesting to see Steven and Connie's reaction to that kind of stuff. And it was also interesting in that, like, Steven, I mean, I don't want to say Steven's a perfect character, but usually he's the last person to be kind of... He's usually the most level-headed out of most people, you know what I mean? Like... I was surprised that he was the one who was driving the obsession rather than Connie, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, he's the one who had to work through his issues rather than, like, helping.
He was the one. I think it was just cool to see. I mean, I guess out of the two of them, he would be the one, but, like, I think it was cool to see. It's like just them talking about it. So I keep drinking Pepsi. It's a horrible idea because of the bubbles.
But I get you. I think Connie and Steven are great together, and the way that like Steven and Connie were able to talk through their issues, and be like, okay, like let's finish this race, but it's not going to be for Kevin, it's going to be for us. And I'm like, okay, like that's awesome. That is awesome.
I love the episode was just Steven Universe has that thing where I didn't know I wanted something until that moment that they presented it to me, and it is like getting the perfect gift every single time.
I think the Stevani episodes in particular are really, really, really strong. Just because, like you said, it delivers something that I didn't really know that I wanted. It kind of touches on some like transgender stuff, like with like Stevani's gender kind of being a question mark, and that being totally okay. And also like with this kind of stuff where it's like sometimes you just need to let things go. You shouldn't if you have bad people in your life, don't even give them the thought of the day. Just do whatever, do you for you, no one else, it's awesome. I love it when they bring out Stevani, because it usually means it's going to be a really solid episode.
Oh, absolutely. And I think obviously everyone's kind of waiting for the episode where they'll fuse and use Rose's sword, and he'll do have the shield and everything.
Well, I'm sure the big bombastic episode is somewhere down the line, but for right now I'm actually more interested in these these more subdued, I don't want to say subdued, but like more character-focused episodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like we said back after the last Steven Bomb, I was hoping for some episodes that were a little bit slower, a little bit more episodic, and I think I got what I wanted already. And there's like 3 more weeks left of this. Like, holy shit. It's going so fast.
I was going to say, something I just wanted to bring up real quick before I forgot about with Beach City Drift was, I love the fact that, all the kids hang out with each other. I think that's like kind of fun.
Yeah.
But number 2, it happened both times with Stevani where when she gets when they get really obsessed with, or not obsessed, but when they get really emotional, it creates delusions, and I think that's something that's really that's visually interesting, because that it almost makes it seem like that's something that's very specific to the fusion, where it's like if one person's perspective starts to change, or one person is out of sync, that starts to happen, or something along those lines.
They lose the drift.
Yeah, they stop becoming drift compatible.
Yeah, the mech goes down.
Like, I guess we'll have to see in another episode of the fusions and stuff, because that would be really interesting. Like, and to do visually to show, this, because think about it, like right after that happened, they split. So like,
right.
I think that would be really cool to go into a bit more. Like that's the visual representation of like of the unbalance. But also, I just want to say real quick, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Once again, something I didn't think I would, I think back when we talked about what we wanted with the Steven Bomb, I was really okay. I wanted more of that sick plot episodes, but to be honest with you, this has been super good. Like, this, just hanging out with all these characters and just yucking it up this last week.
I think it also helps the context in that you're getting these one a day instead of it being like, okay, that's the one episode for the next 3 weeks,
Actually, yeah. I was really concerned that Summer of Steven was going to feel really crowded, but because these are the slice of life episodes, and there's also a lot going on in other ways, like, this feels like just the best, honestly. Like,
it's like some nice comfort food.
Exactly. This is the nice summer relaxation that I really wanted.
Yeah.
And I cannot like express enough just like how so far this has been great, and I feel like this is gonna keep getting better. I can't wait for tomorrow when I'll actually be home and I can like sit down and watch the episode and just have a good time. And the RNC won't be going on, so I won't constantly have people also trying to. I won't have everyone else living here trying to watch that going on instead. I'm like, let me watch my children's show.
Let me watch my cartoon shows. God damn it!
No, let me watch my cartoon character.
My favorite gay space rock is crying, and I'm crying too. God damn it!
No, let me watch my cartoon show. Then after that, you guys can watch your cartoon show.
Ha ha!
No, okay.
Political humor.
God,
we're so good at it.
So good.
I'm pumped for the next week. Obviously, again, I just want to know what the game plan is for after this summer of Steven. When's the next set of Steven episodes going to be out? I hate to be a downer, but
I would kind of hope around like November. Honestly,
I guess
just because I feel like that would be like that's not too far, but that's not too far away, but it's also not close enough where I feel like we're rushing things a bit.
Sure, that's a good point. Yeah. And honestly, like after this summer, I'm probably gonna do another rewatch. It's been long enough being like maybe 6 months since I've watched the original. Well, like more like 8 months now. The early episodes. Like, I kind of want to watch through them again. It's a very bingeable show.
I can't. I can every now and then I'll watch one of the episodes that I'll just watch one just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could ever like binge the whole thing again. Only because I find myself like nowadays, especially like Josh and I were talking about just the other day, where it's like, I mean, I went through like Stranger Things in no time, and then I started like some other show, and I watched all of Bob's Burgers. This year has been like a very bingeable year. I mean, like it's been crazy. I watched all of Cheers and Frasier,
with the rise of instant on demand series, binging is the way we consume media now, I guess, you know.
Yeah, and it's great, but at the same time, it's like I guess, but it also leads me to like this moment where it's like I don't really want to ever like I'll come back to something like, you know what series I never finished and I got so far into was like How I Met Your Mother. And, it's a show that like my siblings really really enjoy, and my sister Jessica always is like, oh, Mitchell, remember that one time when Marshall did this, and this? And I'm like, I don't think I got that far. And I got far enough where it's like, man, I should just finish it. I know I should just finish it, but I have, like, other things to watch. And apparently I'm supposed to, like, Strider is strongly recommending, because I loved Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks was so weird and crazy. She wants me to watch True Detective.
Oh, okay.
I
need to watch that too. I've heard very good things about the first season specifically, and some okay things about season 2. But yeah, I've heard nothing but glowing reviews about True Detective, so I'll put that on my radar too.
Well, it's gonna be weird because Woody Harrelson's in it, and Woody Harrelson was the dumb, well, not the dumb, but like, well, yeah, dumb. He was kind of like the country hick bartender of Cheers. So it's gonna be a little weird. Yeah. It's gonna be a little weird for me to not, immediately think of that.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But anyways, guys, so to go back to the original subject, the Steven Bomb is going great. Summer Steven is going fantastic. Once again, I feel really bad because Gang Budo wanted to talk about this and she just had to get going.
It's all right. We got 3 more or 4 more weeks of goodness. I actually don't know.
I think it's 3.
Okay, that's still plenty.
I want to say it's 3, so she'll definitely be around next time and we can talk about all that stuff and more probably next time around, next cast. That being said, me and you have actually this would have been a talk that would have just been me and you because Gang Mudo has Overwatch on PC, but she can't really play it because of her computer just isn't up to snuff.
It's a pretty demanding game, yeah.
So I had the honor of finally playing some rounds against and as Ana Amari.
Okay.
And I can tell you this much: snipers were never my thing, so I don't feel too bad that I didn't do too hot with her. It's very welcome to see a new hero in Overwatch. It's very welcome, except for the fact that I do rounds where everyone is on Amari, and I'm D.Va.
You're still well, give it a shot. Like even this week, I think it'd be better. I think it'd be better.
Yeah,
and more balanced.
Absolutely. Like it's one of those things where like, I think that she's like I see that people who are getting her down, like Strider is very dedicated to getting her down because Strider likes playing snipers and she's also a healer. So this worked out super in her favor.
Yeah.
She actually describes playing Ana Amari a little bit like Tsubaki, or like a toolkit character or something along those lines. Like she's using fighting game terms to describe like the Overwatch.
No, that makes
heroes.
sense. She has a lot of utility on her, so yeah, I can see where she's coming from.
Like, so far, when running as Diva, like it's not too hard to knock out an Ana. It's not too like Diva's pretty great. McCree's are like we talked a little bit about it earlier. McCree's kind of rummaging through the battlefield and like knocking out everyone. But at least on the console, he's like he'll get a good couple people out, like a good DPS should. Um, but I have like people can knock him out really easily. Honestly, like it's not, it's still rough, but I feel if anything, he's just at least for console, he's finally at that nice balanced level where it's like people play him, people can be good with him, but he also isn't too overpowered where he's carrying the entire team.
Right.
So, and that's kind of where we are on console right now. For you guys had, like you said before, you guys had Ana for a bit there, so
Yeah, we did. Well, with the PTR, we had about like an extra week with Ana, essentially. I think Ana's really good. I think she's pretty strong. I think she's really hard to play. I think she might be the hardest hero in the game right now. Because I just feel like a lot of people are still learning her. I'm not too comfortable with having an Ana on my team, only because like I don't have much confidence in my fellow Overwatch player, I guess. But on that rare chance that we get a good Ana player, like god damn, it's awesome. Like you just like her synergy with Diva, with Lucio, with Reaper and his ult, like just ulting Reaper and having him ult is just aw. It's like wow, like you can't do anything to that, you know. And I think she has a lot of potential. A lot of people are like shitting on not shitting on her, but saying like, oh, like she's not good, like I can't play her. I'm like, well, yeah, I can't, like I'm not good with her yet, but I think she's definitely good. It just takes a lot of effort, like a lot of effort. So for now, I mean, I've played a few games with Ana. I haven't actually played her that much since she actually released, just because I've been having so much fun with the new Diva changes and also just rolling people with McCree. But yeah, I think I think she's feeling a really good niche right now, and it'll be interesting to see where the meta goes with her in mind. The one thing that kind of sucks is that I was kind of hoping that she would be a solo support, but I don't think that she can.
she's an off
heal by
healer.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she pairs well with a Lucio, which kind of doesn't really solve the problem of the fact that I feel like every single Overwatch team has to have either a Lucio or a Mercy. You know.
I let me put it this way. And it's kind of it's I'm gonna use FF14 as the example a little bit. Mercy and Lucio are white mages, pure and true. Like they are the main healers. And their whole mechanic is healing. And obviously Lucio can switch it up and get that nice little speed boost, and so can Mercy when she wants to do the damage boost. But for the most part, they're mainly they're mainly healers. With the other supports, Zenyatta and Ana, it just seems like, and Symmetra, obviously. I'm sorry. Those are support. Like they do other things to support rather than heal. Like Symmetra's the perfect example where she gives you the armor boost and also creates the sentry turrets. Okay, and I had a chance to play my off healer, fucking Zenyatta, and he feels great. And honestly, a good Zenyatta on your team can turn any really good player into really squishy balloons. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Zenyatta's great. I think all the support heroes are in a good spot balance wise. I'm not saying anyone's underpowered or anything like that. It's
but
just that
I will admit that like yeah, that is a problem that you can't. It seems like you can't run a good team without Mercy or Lucio.
right. And I always just think like maybe either they split out into a new class called healer class, or they treat it similar to like how the game treats like if when you're building your team, it'll say like, oh, you don't have a builder, or oh, you don't have a sniper. Well, maybe say, oh, you don't have a healer, and right now those healers are Lucio and Mercy, you know. And hopefully with at least one more down the line.
If we see, so that's something that's interesting because it kind of goes into kind of where I see. I think Ana was the perfect idea for like the healers to kind of like all the heroes save for Symmetra have some form of healing capability. And I really when Anna was when we got to see Anna finally in play, and seeing her do a support, a more of like an actual like quote unquote support. God damn it! It was just fun. Like it was just great to see like her doing a role that like yes she can heal, but she can also do some pretty cool, like she can do a lot of different like other things going on. And so that kind of leads us into the hinted, very vaguely discussed character, Sombra, and
Right.
and how the current theory, at least for me, stands that she's going to be a support.
Oh, really?
I think that she's going to, well, based on some of the lines that have been discovered and some of the lines that are just some of the things, it's like there's an enemy. I think some of the characters will say things like, "Oh, there's an enemy somewhere in the area," and a lot of people are saying that like
She's gonna be like some sort of stealth hero.
yeah, and I think a support character like that would be like a reconnaissance hero.
Oh, okay.
Would really set. That would make it so that, oh, it's not just healers in the support, it's actual support. Like,
yeah.
And I love the idea of having a reconnaissance hero. Like, I think that's a great, honestly, a really good idea, because you kind of toy around with the idea with Hanzo and Widowmaker. Like, some people are saying that maybe she'll have like little sentry turrets that like do sonar or something, and then you can see enemies for as long as the turrets are there. So
Sure.
then it becomes about like doing some cool stuff with that. There's like and the idea of like people are decrypting codes and like finding the information. It just seems like the Sombra character, whoever she is or they are, is a character who is very based on information, and having a reconnaissance hero would be super great. Like, at least that's how I see it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
way too early to call anything.
It's way too no. Like this is this is all good that we're talking about this and everything. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that shakes out, if it's actually a stealth based hero, because I'm just coming at this from like a Team Fortress 2 bias, in that the only stealth hero I can envision right now is the spy, right? And do you know how the spy works in Team Fortress 2?
I sort of do, but why don't you go over it one more time?
Sure. So the way he works is that he puts on so he has like he can put on a disguise, and he can disguise himself as any type of class on the enemy team. So like in this case, like you would disguise yourself like as like like a Pharah or something like that. And then you can go, and it's mainly used as like, well, at least for my basic knowledge of him, is that like to dismantle like an engineer's turrets and stuff, like Torbjorn's turrets and stuff like that, to infiltrate areas and like maybe steal like capture the flag and stuff like that. And then you can also stab people in the back, and then that's like an automatic kill for them and stuff like that. And he can also turn invisible temporarily, and I don't think that would work very well in Overwatch, just because in Team Fortress 2 there's not that many movement options that's inherent to classes, But so like you can disguise yourself as an enemy engineer, and it'll look convincing because you'll just be walking around, because the engineer can really only walk around as well, if that makes sense. But like in Overwatch, let's say if you just put the spy in and slapped him into Overwatch, and he disguises himself as, like I just said, Pharah, what do you just give him her rocket jump ability? That seems kind of broken. And if you don't, it's gonna be super obvious if you just see a Pharah walking around and not gliding around. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's obvious. It'll be interesting to see how they do it, because right now I'm not too entirely convinced on the game needs a stealth hero. But knowing Blizzard, they know what they're doing, and I have faith in them. But I'm interested to see how they implement a stealth hero, because I sure as hell don't know how. I guess is what I'm saying.
I guess I would want. I guess in my idea, or in my idea of how this would work, is coming from someone who doesn't play these types of games normally.
Sure.
I guess it would be kind of like give this character a cloaking kind of mechanic that triggers, and it's whatever. Have their main mechanic be like place the turrets somewhere, or place these like little items around, and they have obviously sonar points.
I like the idea of having like support turrets rather than it just like, oh, these turrets shoot things, because we already have two characters that can build turrets that shoot things, right?
Exactly. And so then what you do is maybe you give her like kind of like Widowmaker's like hook or something, so that like make it so that this character, like, give her like almost like a Mercy's pistol kind of idea.
Sure.
Where it's like this character's main thing is not going to be direct combat. It's going to be infiltrating enemy lines. And I'm seeing this happen in a stage like Dorado or Gibraltar, where you have a lot of corners and you have a lot of walls around. So then you place the turrets maybe on one side of the wall so that you can see on the other side of the wall, or place it near like corridors where you know enemies can come through, so that and hey, guess what? Now your teammates can see that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So it's. And, hey, worst case scenario, if some shit starts going down, pull out your pistol and just start, it's not going to be as strong, but, you can at least do that. And the idea would be, it's not even, you probably will not get play of the game with this character, but you will be providing, you will be the Risei of your Overwatch team, the Fakua of your Overwatch team, giving your teammates the exact stuff, and some people maybe even weapon cooldowns. People theorizing that you will be able to see that information.
That would be interesting,
because that would give you like how many blinks does that tracer have?
Yeah, sure.
Like that.
Or like you could just shut down a Roadhog. Well, not shut down, but like you can like call like, hey, he just whipped on his hook. Like you got this many seconds to go up on him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think that a character like that would be tremendous in this game. And honestly, like the idea of like, and maybe I'm overthinking this a bit, but it's like I just like the idea of this character being like that, like the ultimate embodiment of the word I'm going to support you with information. Information is key, and whatever. And
power,
so and so all of a sudden your team, if you're on like a group chat or something, now has more information than like they know what to do with, and it's like, okay, oh shit, this guy's ult is almost ready. Follow that Roadhog because he's about to go over a corner and use fire in the hole, and then in Reaper just get him, like having and maybe that's it. The ultimate like gives her all the information. Maybe the turrets can only give you some information or something like that, where it's like, or that would be, I don't know. The idea of a character being able to give you this information is just something that's just really, really cool to me.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. I don't know. I'm not sure if the game needs another support hero right away, but I do like that idea of having like a support via information rather than healing or defensive like spells. I don't know. I'm really fascinated to see how this quote unquote stealth character shapes up, and also the time frame. Like, I mean, when do you think the next hero is going to come out? I don't mean to sound demanding, but it's just interesting to see. I wonder what their timetable is, I should say.
I would hope that
is it like another 2 months? Like, well, let's see. It's been like what? Overwatch came out like what, late May? So it's been 3 months already. So like every 3 months or so we get a new hero.
No, it's only been 2 months. Late May.
Late May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm bad at math. 2 months. 2 months.
No.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Wow.
Well, the way I see it is, we get a new character now, and that's the new character to be like, hey, guess what? This was a character because they showed videos and stuff of them making the game, and Ana was already being kind of like tested at that point, or at least being designed at that point. And what I think would happen in an ideal world, because there's people who are already saying we're going to get a new map sometime within the next 2 months.
Oh, that'd be nice too. I actually think this game needs more maps more than it needs new heroes, but that's just me.
Where apparently a lot of people are saying, because Reinhardt got all these lines added to him, and the lines are referring to like an Oktoberfest, and I guess we're going to Germany essentially.
That would be great.
And a castle-esque kind of theme. It'll be Reinhardt's stage essentially.
Yeah.
I think it would be great to have Reinhardt have his own stage and stuff. And there's people that are kind of hinting at like a new game mode and stuff like that. But honestly, I think what would happen, well, the best way I think to do this is every 2 months introduce something new. Ultimately, it would be cool if we got a new character maybe every 4 to 6 months. Maybe I'm not exactly sure how the new characters work. I'm just happy that we have Anna right now, and I kind of want to see how.
Oh, she's great.
I kind of wanted to see how the game flows with her right now. I mean, you probably know these better than I do. Like I'm not too big on this type of game to begin with, but is introducing new heroes a thing that most of these games kind of do?
No, it's I mean, no. Like again, the only direct analog I really have to this right now is Team Fortress 2, and that has had the same that's the same classes since it came out. You know, they've been changed drastically and stuff, but yeah, no, pretty much. This is kind of like a more of like a MOBA kind of style thing, in that like you'll periodically get new heroes or new characters to play with every now and again. That's it's not nearly as frequent as a MOBA, just because I think this game it's way harder to balance. Like adding a new hero into a mix, like into a game like Overwatch, is really difficult to balance as opposed to a MOBA, because in a MOBAs you have bans and stuff like that. So if a character comes out and like the combination, like either the character itself is OP or like these two characters working together with super OP, you can just ban that out and it's okay. Overwatch, you can switch whenever you want to, so it's just a different type of game. So like whenever they come out with a new hero, they not only do they have to think about just the new hero itself and keeping the new hero balance, they have to also think about keeping it balanced with the entire current cast, you know? Like I'm sure like when they were tweaking the numbers on Anna's ult, they had to look at like, okay, like, well, Anna, like Reaper with an Anna ult is too strong, we have to dial it back a little bit. Like, oh, like maybe Diva's a little too strong, like when she's ulted by Anna, we have to, you know, take that into consideration, you know. So I think it'll take a while for them to come out with new heroes, and I want them to take their time, because I want it to be done well, you know, well thought out. But it's interesting. That's why I asked the question, like, what do you think their time frame is? Because there really isn't much of a precedent for stuff like this, especially with these heroes being free. You know.
I think that, yeah, especially them being free. Well, the way I see it is, we got Anna. We'll get Sombra. I would assume by the end of the year, if not.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping for like. Let's say I'm going to be optimistic. 3 more heroes before the end of the year.
3?
Yeah, I would say 3. I would hope for 3.
Okay.
I'd be fine with 2. Hoping for 3 more.
I would be happy if we just got Sombra. But that being said, guys, we are slowly approaching the 2-hour mark on our podcast. This is going to be problematic. Every time we're going to do this, it's going to get longer and longer.
Yeah.
So, last episode we ended it by reading off some of the comments that were down below. So I'm gonna go pull the comments real quick, 'cause I should have done that beforehand, but it's been a day, guys. It's been
flying by the seat of our pants here.
Truly, we are professionals at our craft. All right, so I'm gonna read off some of the ones here, and we're going to try to do some different things. Like, I'm going to try to essentially establish, like, an email that you guys can just send stuff to instead of doing the YouTube comments. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Jabberwock Zeno. Maybe that's why I want the email situation. Said, actually, Araki said Rohan isn't a self-insert, but some parts of him are obviously inspired by Araki, such as Rohan's discussion with Joseph later in the series. Son of a bitch, I really cannot drink soda during this.
Yeah, that's not a good call.
Oh, God damn it. Sober...
Solid sugar, bad for your throat. Anyway, sorry.
God damn it. Silver Soldier says, I'm loving these Velvetcasts. I love Overwatch too. Good to see you guys talk about it.
Oh, thanks.
Erica Wenk says, I am such a loser. I was ridiculously hyped when they said my name. I'm loving the Velvetcast, by the way. Listening to you guys talk brightens my day. Well, thank you, Erica. And also, I'm sorry that you got super hype last time, because you probably got slightly more hype. this time because we'll be reading your comment again. And then she's asking for a list of the anime that we talked about.
Right, yeah, I did see that. I feel like we should probably put that in the description or whatever. Maybe I'll respond to it and with the list, especially because you should watch Shinsekai Iori, and I understand it's probably hard to spell. So, yeah, I'll get on that.
Library of Alexandria says, love the part talking about Voltron. I knew almost nothing about it prior to the Robot Lion Mechs, but the moment I started, I couldn't stop watching it. It was an awesome animation. I super agree. Library of Alexandria.
I need to watch a Voltron. I need to get on my shit and get that going.
Also, the last comment of the day is Jefferson Thompson says, have you guys ever watched Hunter x Hunter?
I have. Yes.
I was about to say, if anyone has watched it on here, it's Sora.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, disclaimer: I've watched most of it. I'm kind of halfway through the Chimera Ant arc right now, just because that one's a little long, and I've got caught up with other stuff. But yes, it's very good. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy Togashi's kind of style of storytelling. I actually went back and started rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, because as you know, the manga he's the same writer. The Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter have the same writer, Togashi. So yeah, I really love Hunter x Hunter. I think it's probably my favorite long form shonen out there. I haven't even finished it yet. I probably shouldn't even say that, but still, like, it's really, really solid. It's I think it's like 150 some episodes, maybe a little less than that. It sounds a little daunting, but it's absolutely worth it, honestly. And we should really watch that together, because I know that you would absolutely love it, Mitchell. You would totally love it.
I would. Because I know a lot of my friends are really into it, and a lot of the people that just everyone I know really likes that show, and we tried watching a couple episodes. I think once a long time ago.
We did.
But yeah, we could always give it a shot. It's something I've always been interested in. Also, mainly because
it does have a slow start.
There is you know what else had a slow start? Katsukyo Hitman Reborn. Oh my god.
Not quite a slow start as Katsukyo, but you know.
Oh god. One of my favorites. But fuck. Also, a lot of people say that one of the villains, Hisoka. I think.
Hisoka. Yeah.
A lot of people compare him to Dio, and I'm just kind of like.
I guess it would be like if Dio and the Joker had a baby. I guess.
Mm.
You get Hisoka. I think I like Hisoka a little bit more than Dio. Just a little bit, maybe.
You broke my heart a little bit.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
He's really just that good of a villain, man. I love him. He's awesome.
Okay. Dio's a weird one.
I mostly love Dio for the voice acting, right? I love Hisoka for, his character, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes 100% sense. Because Dio, you don't... He's so weird because Dio's supposed to be this perfect embodiment of evil, but it gets to eating this chewing the scenery levels at some points.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't get real character development until much later on, and even Diego is it's so much better with Diego, honestly.
Really, I'm pumped for it. When we get a part 7 adaptation, in 2025.
I will still be here waiting. But it's gonna be honestly Diego is I love Diego so much because it's that version of Dio that's this is when Araki's finally going back and visiting his old characters Jonathan and Dio, and is okay, so let's make my characters more three-dimensional. And
right.
Because that's the biggest flaw of part 1, honestly, but
yeah, let's get it start.
Absolutely. But anyways, guys, we're way off topic here. We should be closing this up. So next time on Velvetcasts, Gengo will be back, hopefully.
We'll have another week of Steven Universe episodes under our belt.
Absolutely.
I will finish Stranger Things, and I'll make a concerted effort to start and possibly finish Voltron.
I really hope I hope I'm not overselling Voltron.
No, definitely not. I'm sold on it. You don't have to sell it on me. I just need to find the time and the motivation.
It's some good shit. And the schedule for videos this week, on Wednesday, you guys are getting another episode of Dramatical Murder. On Friday, you should be getting another episode of Skyward Sword. And Sunday will be another episode of Asakawa. So,
we didn't talk about Skyward Sword that much, but I'm interested to, once you get a little bit deeper in the game, like maybe after your first dungeon or so, get your impressions on that. Because I think Game Mudo and I have pretty different opinions on that game.
I look forward to it.
It'll be a fun discussion.
I am gonna warn all of you guys right now. The next episode of the Velvetcast, it's gonna be a little weird because and I'm not sure if any of you guys know this or not. There's a convention this weekend called WizardCon down in Columbus that we're all, not all, everyone in the Velvet Room's going, but like me and Gang Mudo are going, and like some of the friends of the Velvet Room are heading down there too.
Yeah.
Just for, why not? And so I'm just letting you guys know right now through here, the upload schedule might be a little weird because I might miss a day or something because I'm too busy or whatever, and I just wanted you guys to know if I'm late, I'm super sorry. It's just sometimes it happens. And also, to really finish this off, because let's just really finish this off. Strider and I will soon be hosting the Velvet Room's Twitch streaming, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And we're doing the tests every now and then. If you guys are interested in joining us for the tests, go follow us on the Velvet Room's Tumblr, because what we'll do is we'll give like little test dates, and we're just making sure everything works before we actually start scheduling a streaming day. But there's a lot of games on the channel that we just don't have time to play that we really want to play. One that comes right off the bat is any super long RPG like FF15, for example.
Right.
The way the channel is right now, I'm not sure when it comes out if we'll have enough time to do it. So maybe streaming it's the best alternative. Or even if we're just goofing off in Overwatch, if you guys want to come watch that, super great. So we're still testing it out. It's something very different. It's not something we're used to yet. But if you guys want to come in and help us do some tests, or if you have a copy of Overwatch for PS4 and you want to join us, feel free to message the Tumblr, and we'll try to get back to you guys on that. And yeah, so anyways, we did it.
We did it.
On my end, it says we are actually in the 2-hour mark now, so we have officially marked. We are officially ahead of the other episode. Before editing, I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
Or after editing, I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, guys, next time on the Velvetcast, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you next time.